meet you. How you doing? Sorry. Where have you come from today? Hi there, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Take a picture. Okay, ready? Don't move. There you go.
Thank you.
How are we doing?
Good.
Firstly, massive thank you for coming. I see a few familiar faces, so you guys know what the Brothers Trust is about. But it's a family at heart, and our family's constantly growing. So welcome and thanks for being a part of it. It really means a lot to us that you're here supporting our charity that supports charities in loads and loads of different ways. So thanks for coming. This film is really fun. It's like the perfect Christmas film. It was a really strange one to make because I worked with Will Smith for 2 years but never met him. But hopefully that doesn't come across. But enjoy the film, and the film is all about embracing your inner weirdness. So at the end, if you can think about the weirdest questions to ask me, I'm so bored of, what was it like to make this film? So yeah, the weirder the questions, the better, and I'll see you afterwards. So thanks guys, and enjoy the film.
Thank you.
How about you in the back? What was your favourite bit? The kittens, yeah, the kitty glitter. It's really hard to say that in an American accent. Kitty glitter. It's not that easy. How about you? What was your favourite bit?
I liked the bit when one of the birds ate his special pen.
I know. What's that called? The multi-pen. The multi-pen. Yeah, I like that. That'd be a very useful gadget to have day to day. Crazy eyes, yeah. How about you in the back? Yeah, I like, yeah, under the table. Yeah, that's really funny. Does anyone have any questions about the film? Any weird questions?
How long did it take you to make the film?
Took us about 2.5 years for me, but the directors who've been working on this have been working on it, I think, for nearly 6 years now.
Oh my
It
god.
takes a long time, because when we're doing the recording sessions, I think there's 400 animators who are listening to the session, animating as we're recording, and every single frame, there will be one person drawing 10 pixels of that one frame. So it takes a really long time. It's really, really, a lot of working has gone into this film.
So they're skillful.
Have frogs' legs or chicken wings?
That's a great question.
You asked.
Would I rather have frogs' legs or chicken wings? Well, I prefer chicken wings. They're tastier, so I'd probably go for chicken's wings. Yeah, good question. I can't say I've ever been asked that before. How about you in the back?
How long did you have to record for?
We would typically record for about 4 hours, and I think I did about 20 to 25 sessions on this film. So it's quite a few, more than you would usually do, but that's only because Will and I's schedules never aligned, so we were never able to work in the same room with each other.
If you could be an animal, what animal would you be and why?
Oh, I'd like to be able to fly, so not a pigeon, but maybe an eagle, something like that. So yeah, maybe an eagle.
What's your favourite food?
My favourite food, I was doing this film recently where I had to lose loads of weight, and all I could think about was pizza. So I think pizza's probably my favourite food. How about you over here?
Why were you working with Will Smith that you never actually met?
It's just because it was funny. When I was working in America, where Will lives, Will was working here in London, where I live. And then when I went home, Will went home. So we just basically kept missing each other. So we never got the chance to meet. Until, I don't know if you saw, but we did an escape room together recently. And we got locked in a room together, which was amazing because it was Will Smith. It was really fun.
If you could be any villain, what villain would you be and why?
I think the best villain ever in like literature or film is Voldemort. I'd like to be Voldemort. I wouldn't like to be Voldemort. I'd rather be Harry Potter. But if I had to be a villain, I'd be Voldemort. Yeah. You in the back? Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's amazing fun. It's pretty scary, but it's really fun. It's really, really fun. It's a dream come true being part of the Avengers. How about you over there? My favourite film and why? Oh, that's a great question. One of my favourite animated films is the Robin Hood Disney film, the Fox and the Fox one. That's one of my all-time favourite films, just because it's so fun and it always puts me in a good mood. In the middle.
Why did you choose to make a pigeon? What have you got any other birds?
Well, the reason I turned him into a pigeon is because in all major cities in the world, there are pigeons everywhere. So if you're a spy, it's the perfect camouflage because you can always blend in with other pigeons. If it was eagles, it'd be pretty weird if you saw an eagle in England, in London. You'd go, oh, that's a bit fishy, I don't...
What's your favourite film that you've made?
My favourite film that I've ever made is Spider-Man 2. That's the one that I'm most proud of. In the back, yeah. I'd rather have the multi-pen because it's got more gadgets. You could use it for different things. It'd be more useful, you know?
You can ask a question.
If I could have any superpower, what would it be? Because I travel so much, I would like to be able to teleport. It would make my air miles much smaller, and it also would mean I'd travel for much less. I could just appear in different places.
Yeah, it'd be environmentally friendly.
It would be
as
very
well.
environmentally
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
How about you in the back? Well, obviously, Karen Gillan and I know each other from all the Avengers films. She plays Nebula, it's amazing working with Karen when she's blue, because you don't know that it's Karen. I remember when we did Avengers 3, I think it was, we went to Comic-Con and my best mate Harrison had only met Karen when she was blue. And then when we met her at Comic-Con again, Harrison was like, who is this lady who's being so nice to me all the time? I was like, Harrison, that's Karen. We've been working with her for the last 6 months. But yeah, she's awesome.
What was the biggest spoiler you've ever leaked?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question.
It's also a little insulting. No, the biggest spoiler I've ever leaked, I did actually reveal that in Spider-Man 2 there were drones, but no one picked up on it. But the biggest spoiler ever was when Mark Ruffalo told everyone that everyone died in Avengers. But the reason it's so funny is just no one believed him. And it was true.
In Spider-Man Homecoming, you name the suit lady
Karen?
Karen, yeah.
No, I didn't. No, that was... I don't get to make up the lines. I just have to say them. But there was loads of different names. Because I'm wearing the mask, you never see what I say.
Yeah.
So we can change it later in post-production. So she had loads of different names throughout the process of filming. Yeah.
Apparently it's really hard if you need to like go to the bathroom or something in your Spider-Man suit.
It's not really hard, it's impossible.
Apparently you have to take it off like 45 minutes before you need
Yeah, well, we've got better at it now, and in Spider-Man 2 we changed a few things from the first one to make it easier. But yeah, it does take a really long time. The hardest thing is to drink water. You have to pop one of the eyes out, one of the glass eyes, and you put a tube down through the eye mask into my mouth, and then I'll drink water. And then eventually we got so good at it, I could drink Starbucks Frappuccinos through the Spider-Man suit. But they'd get really nervous because the suits are like, they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're super expensive. And if you get anything on them, my godson Charlie spilt coffee all over one. And the stain is still in there. And the stain's actually in the film. If you watch the film, you can see Charlie's coffee stains.
Did you get to keep them?
No.
No.
I've tried to keep one. I've tried to steal one. But that's like robbing a bank. They're really expensive. How about you in the back? My favourite film? Let's think of another favourite film. I really like this one. I really like this one. That's not just self-promotion. I do actually really like this one.
What are you working on in 2020?
In 2020, I'm shooting a film at the moment called Cherry, which will carry on over into 2020. And then I'm shooting a film called Uncharted with the same guys that made this film. No, totally different people. Which is a film about a kid called Nathan Drake who goes on an adventure to find some treasure. And that's all I know as of now. 2 more questions, guys. I've got to get to the next screen. Who hasn't asked a question yet? You haven't asked a question. My favourite superhero is Spider-Man. He's the best. How about you over there? Do I still dance? Sometimes. I dance in a nightclub. But I haven't been to a dance class in a really long time. I'd like to. My next film is shooting in Berlin. And Berlin is a great city for dancing. So maybe I'll start again when I'm there. Last question.
What about Dr. Doolittle?
Dr. Doolittle, what about it? What would you like to know?
Well, have you done filming for that already?
Again, similar to this one, I am just a voice in it. I play a dog, which is a dream come true because I love dogs. I always wanted to be a dog. But no, I didn't do any filming. I just did voice recording. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming.
You're going to see Tom afterwards.
I'll see you outside. Wow, that's really bright. I'll see you outside for a picture, and I really appreciate you guys coming to see the film. Thank you so much.
Thank you.